reaction when I first found out I had Lyme. Well, I wasn't happy, I will say that.
Wait for that.
Well, I know you had it, how you've been feeling for many years, and then obviously when it comes back positive, it's, very sinking feeling. I don't know how to explain it. It's, life-changing, put it that way.
I was actually relieved because we didn't know at the time how bad Lyme is. So when I got diagnosed after 3 years, I was like, yes, good, I've got something, it's treatable, this is great. I thought 6-week period of antibiotics and I'd be back on my feet. So I was very excited. So the first symptoms for me before my body completely crashed were my whole body would react if I had an injury. So I used to play soccer. I used to do a lot of high energy sports. I love that. But if I got an injury, my whole body would react. So all of a sudden I'd start losing muscle in my hips and I actually hurt my ankle. But my body would become very tired and not be able to recover properly. So that was one of the first symptoms for me.
Well, the diet change was quite considerable. I mean, used to be, well, I didn't care what I ate. Sugar, gluten, milk, whatever. I didn't care. I just ate, right? Carry on. But yeah, it was, it went from anything you wanted to gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, which is not very easy to find. You can find gluten-free in the stores, no problem, but it's piled with sugar. I think that, in my opinion, that plays a very large part in it. They don't, Lyme is a very expensive disease to, first of all, treat. First of all, diagnose is expensive, but it's also very expensive to treat because there's no said silver bullet for Lyme saying you do this. It's huge cost involved, and I thoroughly do believe that you just don't want to foot the bill. I think they got their head in the sand, and it's it's time they wake up, because this is, I mean, people are suffering through this. They don't know what's going on, and they're being told you're fine. It's multitudes of different things that it's when it's really, you can pinpoint it, figure it out, treat it, and you're done. I mean, like, treat it, but get the right help and know what to do. If you don't know, you just get sent into limbo, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But
I'm not sure what they're doing because the infectious disease doctors, specialists won't touch it either unless you have a positive Canadian test. And, what is the motivation behind that? It's a political disease, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think mainly it might push the doctors and the government to push the doctors to become more educated and be allowed to treat it. I mean, that's part of the problem, is that the doctors are not allowed to treat it as they feel fit. So there are strict guidelines that are preventing them from treating Lyme properly, if they even understand it and know about it, which they don't. So doctor education, hopefully that would help with that. It would allow patients to get access to treatment and advocate for themselves. If more people knew about it, they would. I mean, I went 3 years undiagnosed, and my symptoms were classic Lyme symptoms. So I was not aware. Now, had somebody told me, hey, look into Lyme, and not only just look into Lyme, but do you realize that the testing here is inaccurate and you're not going to get a diagnosis? Because I did get tested a year or two after I became really sick for Lyme. And because that test was negative, I believed it and I thought I didn't have Lyme. So I could have gotten treated a year earlier had I been aware of the problems with the testing. I actually need a lot of help too. Fortunately, the government wasn't there for me, so we had to rely on friends and family, people in our church community. I wasn't able to take care of the children, so I needed, a lot of the times the children were gone out of the house. My newborn I kept with me, but he basically just slept on the bed beside me because I couldn't stand or walk at that point. So I had people help with meals, people help with childcare, and with house cleaning. I couldn't do any of that. I used a wheelchair if I went out. Around the house, I would use a rolling chair, like a computer chair, or sometimes when it got really bad, I just crawled on the ground. And then, yeah, if we went any other distance, I'd hop in the wheelchair. If I did my groceries, but mostly my husband did them, he had to take over a lot of the slack. So if I did groceries, I would take one of those carts, like the old people. I'd get some funny looks, but it worked. So we struggled through and made it work.